Welcome back, it's Doug MPA. On my channel, concerning the situation going on in the Middle East right now, I'm impartial to it. I don't talk about it. And if you're watching this, however you feel about it, I'm not going to argue with you. There's a woman in Bakersfield that's part of a pro-Palestine group that keeps showing up to city council meetings, and they're arguing and yelling at the city council for a ceasefire. Now, what the city of Bakersfield council has to do with that, I have no idea. Well, she threatened the lives of the council members. You can't do that. So she got arrested and she's having to face the consequences. And guys, a lot of these protesters, especially on the left, they puff their chests out, yell and scream until stuff gets real. So we're gonna look at the situation here. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I really appreciate it. Shows you support me, what I'm doing over here. And let's get into this.
Good evening and thanks for joining us here on 23 ABC. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Veronica Morley, and we begin tonight with yet another arrest made at Bakersfield City Council. This making it the 6th arrest so far in 3 weeks at one of these meetings. Now this time, the woman was arrested after making threats to murder city council members.
Regardless of whether you elect people into office, they'll backstab you, they'll let you die, and for that reason, you guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors, we'll see you at your house, we'll murder you.
Threats of
Can't do that.
Jesus H. Christ.
What was she thinking?
of murder against Bakersfield City Mayor and council members coming from 28-year-old Riddhi Patel.
Ms. Patel, that was a threat.
Following the threats, Patel was escorted outside and placed under arrest, booked on 8 counts of felony threat with intent to terrorize and 8 counts of felony threat against an official.
The only thing that I have seen that has changed in these last few meetings is that you don't like the criticism that you're getting from the community.
Patel among a group of pro-Palestinian demonstrators calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. However, after the threat was made, the group, the United Liberation Front, stated she was not one of their members, releasing a statement saying,
Of course they did. I told you when stuff gets real, they disavow any knowledge.
in part, the group, quote, unequivocally condemns any statements that threaten public officials. The comments in question made by a speaker run counter to our values and do not represent United Liberation Front, end quote. While they condemned Patel's threats made that night, it's not the first time tensions between the group and city officials resulted in arrests.
I'm going to ask again, what does the city of Bakersfield have to do with anything that can happen over there? This is a city in California. Why do they keep going to the city council of their own city? Shouldn't they be going to like Washington, D.C. or something? It's the same as these climate protesters in Britain. Britain only contributes to less than 2% of the world's pollution. Go to China, the biggest polluter in the world, and do your protest and see what happens. They're not going to do that, are they?
At the last meeting, when the city was set to begin new security measures, protesters disrupted the meeting with chants, resulting in the mayor clearing the chambers.
20 minutes. We do not allow that.
But as police were attempting to close doors, protesters stood in the way, leading to a broken door and 5 arrests, 2 resulting in felony charges. We reached out for the city, but they declined to comment. And Patel is being held on a $1 million bail. She is due in court on Friday. And we made several attempts to reach out to various city council members, but they were unavailable for comment today.
$1 million, guys. You can't make threats against public officials. And she's going to find out, you guys, because this next clip, they're going to show her being arraigned in court. And you already know how that's going to go.
You might remember our story from earlier this week regarding the woman that threatened to kill several city council members. I'm Sam Hoyle, your neighborhood reporter. Riddhi Patel appeared in court on Friday for a felony arraignment. She is facing 18 charges, 10 of them threatening with intent.
Oh, look at those tears now. Look at those tears. That's what happens, guys.
To terrorize, 8 of which threatening a public official. Now, Patel did plead not guilty. Her bail was set at $1 million. She is due back in court on April 24th at 9 a.m. for one hearing, and then her next hearing is set for April 25th at 8:30 a.m.
During the arraignment hearing, several people in the gallery were there in support of Patel. While searching for information on her in preparation for this story, 23 ABC learned that Patel is the Economic Development Coordinator for the Center for Race, Poverty, and the Environment, according to the organization's website.
Sounds about right, you guys. centered on race, poverty, what, blah, blah, blah.
And her LinkedIn profile. As part of Patel's biography on the organization's website, she in part, quote, prioritizes highlighting the intersectionality that comes with the environmental justice movement to achieve collective liberation for all oppressed communities. In her spare time, she enjoys holding elected officials accountable, end quote. We reached out to the organization for comment on the matter, and a media representative said, quote, we will not be making any comments, end quote.
So that organization was like, dang it, look what this employee did, bringing undue attention to her employer with this foolishness.
United Liberation Front, a pro-Palestinian group that has been advocating for a ceasefire in Gaza at Bakersfield City Council meetings, said in a statement following the incident at Wednesday night's council meeting that they, quote, condemn any statements that threaten public officials, end quote, and they advised attendees at the council meeting to not disrupt the proceedings and that after public comments, they would leave the meeting room.
Now, as part of the felony arraignment hearing, the judge presiding over the case did say that if Patel were to bond out, that she must stay at least 500 yards away from several city buildings as well as the victims named in the case, namely the city officials that she allegedly threatened. In Bakersfield, I'm Sam Hoyle, your neighborhood reporter.
There you go, you guys. I'm going to follow this story to see if she gets found guilty and what kind of sentencing she gets. Women just think that they can do this kind of stuff, you guys. That's the thing with third wave feminism. All these modern feminists, they're getting too bold and they're having to find out. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.